Well, it has arrived. Here it is. Bum ba-dum, bum ba-dum, bum ba-dum, bum 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 bum, bum ba-dum bum ba-dum bum bum, bum ba-dum. Yes, that is the theme music to Masters of the Universe. Yeah, I'm not ashamed. I love that music. But yes, this is my copy of The War Machines, the first Doctor story, and oh my god, it came in the mail, guys. It came in the mail, and I watched it. It was glorious. It was a glorious time. Oh, there's my cat again, Zeus. Hey, Zeus. It was a glorious time. But also on top of all that, my God, talk about some darn good opening credits for this one. I mean, they were really going for their full might here. I want to say this story was by Ian Stewart Black, but I could be totally wrong. Don't quote me on that. Don't quote me on that one at all. But the first Doctor story, what makes this story so wonderful for me, besides the fact that it's very awesome, is the fact that it introduces the characters of Ben and Polly. Now, I had seen the characters of Ben and Polly before, but I saw them only in the moon base. And while they were great in that, especially Polly, it was one story. It didn't give me the chance to really bond with these characters that much at all. So they were just there to be there, and again they were great there, but I didn't have enough to get an emotional attachment to them. But this video, instead of being just about the War Machines or on the War Machines, it's going to be a discussion about Ben and Polly, the overlooked companions. The reason why I call them overlooked is because no one really talks about Ben and Polly that much. And of course they're not going to. Because one, Ben and Polly came in the Doctor's life at a time when a lot of the episodes are no longer here amongst the, Whovian universe, because they were all copied over, so their stories are not easy to see, if possible at all. There's that. And naturally, with so many companions in the shuffle, some are going to be overlooked. And this is a video about Ben and Polly as being two of perhaps the most overlooked companions I think that there are in the Whovian world. And as well as being overlooked, I think they're kind of underrated, especially Polly. Okay, so with the War Machines, we get a character, and probably should explain beforehand. The first time we see Ben and Polly, yes, is the War Machines, but something that is often forgotten is it was Ben and Polly who were there to witness the first Doctor's regeneration into the second Doctor. It was Ben and Polly who were there to witness the very first regeneration that ever happened on the show, thus making them actually a great deal more important than people give them credit for. That special occasion is marked to them. The reason why I'm going to bring that really home is because people often say Rose Tyler was the first one to see the regeneration. I've heard that. I've heard that. Guys, no. Just no. Even if you somehow forgot all of Classic Who, no. No. Either way, just no. The first companions to see the Doctor regenerate, and therefore get the most special emblem of seeing the Doctor regenerate, goes to Ben and Polly. It really does. Alright, and I think that they last well into the second Doctor's first season. I want to say their last episode is the Faceless Ones, but don't quote me on that either. I'm probably very wrong about that too. But Ben and Polly, so Ben is a sailor, and Polly is working as an assistant in this, this business, this industry, which makes this machine that eventually becomes the War Machines. I want to say they make Wogan, sorry, Woden. I'm very bad at pronunciation, but there's a super mastermind computer. And the great thing about the War Machines is War Machines set up, for me, I think, I could be wrong, set up the idea of the stories of the Doctor working with the military or working on Earth when it comes to some sort of major crisis that's attacking London. This is a story I think that really introduces that concept. And we meet Polly, who is an assistant at this factory or at this this industry, and she's actually quite smart. And Polly's very outgoing, but what makes her wonderful is the actress who plays Polly. I want to say her name is Anique, but I could be wrong. Totally. I'm going to stop saying I could be wrong and stop making assumptions about things. But the actress they get to play Polly, she just makes the character her own. The very second you see her, she makes like a quirky face, and she really comes alive to you. The character just becomes presented to you. And same with Ben. They present these characters in a very realistic way. But Polly, more than anything, she is also not only very smart and very resourceful, but she's actually a very darn good companion. And so is Ben in many ways. See, what makes Polly great is not only is she really smart and in a common sense sort of way, like she's also very good at keeping her cool. She really is. Like, you see that in episodes like The Highlanders, where she's with the peasant girl, and she's able to keep her cool when dealing with all these situations. But also, you never see her keep her cool more than in Power of the Daleks. But the way Polly keeps her cool is she keeps her cool while still acting realistically. Like, not she keeps her cool to the point where she doesn't feel realistic. She keeps her cool, but still feels realistic. And again, that is shown to perfection in Power of the Daleks. Because like I said before, Ben and Polly were the first two to see the Doctor regenerate. And Ben is naturally skeptical about this being the same guy, even though he saw the Doctor change from William Hartnell to Patrick Troughton from the first Doctor to the second Doctor. He's dubious about this. Polly, she can't believe it for a few seconds at first either, but she adjusts to it very quickly because she saw it with her own eyes. So naturally, it has to be so. It is so. And she accepts that it's really the Doctor, but again, in a realistic manner. And that's really cool. And I like that also seeing the dynamic of Ben, who does not believe, versus Polly, who does believe, in the very first story of the second Doctor. It gives you two perspectives. So it gives you Ben, who is pretty much doubting the Doctor the way the audience is probably doubting Patrick Troughton's, new portrayal as a Doctor in the very first story. But then you got Polly, who's accepting it, and therefore she's going to help the audience accept it as well. You have these two companions doing two different things at one time. So you have that. But you also have Polly, and this is often heavily forgotten. Polly was the companion who came up with the idea of how to crush Cybermen in the moon base. That goes to Polly. Polly was the one who came up with, I think they call it the Polly cocktail, or cocktail Polly or something, where they got all these cleaning fluids, mixed them together, and they squirted it on these Cybermen's chest plates, and that made them fall apart, and that killed the Cybermen. It was because Polly deduced, because wait a minute, that those their chest plates are made of plastic, the same thing that's like very similar to what nail polish is made of. So she took the idea of what makes nail polish remover, and she just made a little chemical out of it from all these household items, or items you'd find in a factory, and then she made it and therefore crushed the Cybermen in the moon base. She's very good at deductive reasoning, something that I'm not good at and many people are not good at. She's very good at just piecing things together. And Ben is very good in the sense that he is very protective of Polly, which he does. There are times where the Doctor just is so busy trying to solve the problem, he doesn't think about Polly when she got captured or kidnapped. In the first episode of that we see them together, the War Machines. Sorry if I said war games ever during this entire thing, sorry. But the War Machines, even though Ben sometimes was insulting to Polly, and she was insulting to him, but she was overall very outgoing though, and she was nice to him. But when she saved his life practically by letting him go, his instinct was, I must repay the debt and get Polly and save her, which he does do. And same thing with the Highlanders. He is protective of Polly. I'm sorry, not Highlanders. Well, he is Polly there, but also Power of the Daleks. He's very protective of Polly. So when she's missing, and that Doctor's like, oh, I'm sure she's fine. Ben's like, no, Doctor, where's Polly? We gotta protect Polly. So I like how protective Ben is of Polly and of the Doctor too sometimes. But Polly, so it's like Ben protects Polly, Polly looks after the Doctor kind of. It's like that chain. It's a good chain. I like it, and they work together very well. And also, I believe it was Polly and Ben, who was worried about Jamie McCrimmon and the Highlanders, and wanted Jamie to come with them to look after him, and he does come aboard. And they become a really good dynamic too. So Ben and Polly are two companions who are very good. I think of course, I understand if they're not your favorite. There are just too many companions to choose from. But I think they get overlooked and forgotten very easily because there are, again, so many companions to choose from. And because New Who is the main thing right now, Ben and Polly will always be overlooked. So this is my video just giving some shout out to Ben and Polly. If you guys do not like Ben and Polly, fine, that's cool. I understand. But I myself love Ben and Polly. I think they are actually very good companions, and I like them overall. And looking to the future, they will eventually get together and get married, but then, or at least get engaged. Their relationship will not last. This is in the audio and prose of Doctor Who, the canon side of things. Not the canon side of things, the side of things that you might consider canon, audio, and the prose. And then they eventually do get back together again. Yes, but I overall thought they were very good. I especially love Polly, as you probably have deduced by now. But I just think they're very overlooked companions, as they're probably always going to be. And I think they're somewhat underrated overall. I have not seen all their stories. Some of their stories, again, they're missing. I can't see them all. But from what I have seen, they seem to be pretty good. And that's, if they stay like that, they're good enough for me to find underrated. So thank you guys. I hope you enjoyed my video. Have you ever seen an episode with Ben and Polly as the companions? What was your favorite episode of theirs? Either way, if you've wanted to let me know, please comment in the comment section. And either way, I'll probably love you for it. So thanks guys. I hope I talk to you soon. Bye guys.